Welcome to the Music Biz Guy show number 6. Hi, I'm the Music Biz Guy, and today I'm going to talk about my latest blog post called The Total Package, the 10 things an artist needs to be successful. This is probably one of the most important things I've done since I've been in this business, and it's basically talking about things that I've learned over the past 40 years in the music business, and I put them all down into one short piece. And I want to demonstrate today in just a few short minutes how important these 10 things are, and if there are artists out there that would like to have a discussion with me about these things and find out where they fit in and how I can help them, master these points and talk about these points, I'll be more than happy to do that. The first thing that's most important, that without this, none of the other things matter, and that's heart. Heart's that feeling you have inside that makes you do what you got to do and makes you be the artist that you are. Without it, you can forget about it, and none of the other things matter. The second, third, and fourth most important things in terms of your attitude are your conviction, which is basically the level in which you believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Your drive, that's what you're willing to do in order to succeed. That means if you're going to be a great musician, a great artist, and a great songwriter, you've got to do whatever it takes to make that situation work for you. And finally, you have to have a certain degree of perseverance, because without being able to hang in there and trusting in yourself and believing that it's going to come together at some point, you might as well quit now, because a lot of times it's not an instant process, and it can take a number of years before you achieve the level of success that you feel you deserve in the music business. And that can be anything from playing a certain number of gigs a month to selling millions of downloads and hundreds of thousands of albums and filling a schedule up for high dollars, 10 times a month. The next thing that really comes into play is that if you really want to be a groundbreaking artist, you have to have original material that's got a high degree of originality and that really sets you apart from other musicians and other songwriters and gives a special stamp to your songwriting. That's difficult. I mean, there are great writers out there that have done this from days like Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen. You've got great writers today, Diane Warren, will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, people that understand what it is and how they can write from the heart and write convincing songs. And of course, along with that originality comes number 6, which is you got to have great songs. I mean, great songs are those kinds of songs that just rivet people's attention, that people emotionally buy into, that just I don't know how to say what it is. You all know what they are because you're listening to them daily. Sometimes they're open to dispute as to what people really think is a great song and what other people think is not. Even we can go down the top 10 songs in the current list of any kind of format you want. There's always going to be a certain amount of debate. There are people who think that songs shouldn't be so commercial, that they ought to be more eclectic, that if a lot of people want to buy that song, then it can't be that good. I mean, there's all kinds of criteria that people use for great songs, and the one that matters to more artists than not are the ones that the songs that sell the most seems to be the most popular songs and the ones that people think are the greatest at that moment. You're going to get arguments from a lot of people because over the past 40 years, the many things that I've seen and the many artists that I've witnessed, live, and the songs that I've heard them do, whether it be Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix, or U2, that you find out that there's a different song and a different personality to each of these songs that resonates with a different crowd of people. I mean, Elvis built an enormous amount of popularity because he triggered many responses in many different types of people and built probably one of the most incredible fan loyalties that's ever come down the pike. So you need those great songs. And also, Elvis brings me to another point. You have to have an appealing image. The greatest of all artists have a charismatic, compelling image. Elvis had it. The Beatles had it. The Rolling Stones had it. They don't have it anymore. There's just a bunch of old 60-year-old guys who are making more money than they've ever seen in their lives. Jimi Hendrix had it. Otis Redding had it. The Temptations had it. U2 has it. Nirvana had it. I mean, it's just, you can go on, and every great artist, you know, who's really been captive and who's really taken over the stage when they've gotten there and dominated their audiences and had control, are amazing people that we can all agree on. Now, there's certain artists out there that have great material, but they can't match it with a great image, and they can't match it with a great show. And that accomplished live performance is what really takes, you know, a great song to a whole nother level and enables people to buy into not just the song but the artists themselves. Powerful, powerful experience. When you see, you know, it wasn't a joke when people used to say, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley is now in the building, or Elvis Presley has now left the building. It was a chilling, kind of a sensational kind of scenario. The same thing is true when you see the Beatles, you know, on the Ed Sullivan Show or live at Shea Stadium. It's just an amazing kind of feeling that people had. Or if you had gone to Woodstock and could see the way people just sort of like melded together into one scene at one time, it was an amazing experience for people. And then you can get that at individual shows. People are feeling it today with whomever they perceive to be that great artist. The ones they buy emotionally into, when they see them live, they feel that special thing that takes that person's or group's music to a different level. Now, all of these people that have a really great way with their music, with their image, and with their performance, the greatest of the great have an incredible amount of people skills. They know how to talk to everybody. They know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. It's not a contrived thing. If you could have seen in the old days the Beatles interviews, I mean, every single one of those guys, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, just had this way of knowing how to say what to say at exactly the right time. They may have been coached beforehand, but when they got out there, they just said things that resonate. Same is true with guys like Mick Jagger. And today, you've got a handful of artists that just know how to get up there, whether it be Garth Brooks, just people, Willie Nelson, people that just know how to look at their audiences, and they start talking, and immediately their audience is in a trance, is in some kind of a spell. They're hooked on this person, on this group, and it just moves them in a special way. These people skills are the kind of skills when they're not only on the stage but off the stage, in the crowd. If it's a new and emerging artist, you can always tell the great ones, because when they come off the stage and get into the audience, they're talking to you as real people. They want you to buy into who they are, and they can be who they really are in front of you. Those are the truly great artists. Now, when you take all these wonderful things together, there's one element that's left that really has to be contemplated by every artist today. It's not so much this the way it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, because artist managers really made up for an awful lot of what is happening today in today's world. But today, because artists are doing things much more themselves, with or without the help of managers and agents, artists today have to understand the ever-changing music business environment. I mean, because of the internet and the channels of distributions are changing, you can't let this commerce change your music, but you got to be aware about it. You can't play into the business scenario. You just have to be aware of it. And the more you're aware of it, the better you're going to be able to monetize yourselves as artists. And once you get to that great level, you'll really be able to successfully live off your music and your ability to play live. If there's anybody that would like to talk about this, you can contact me at musicbizguy@yahoo.com. That's musicbizguy@yahoo.com. I'll be happy to talk about, the things that you may need to do to really enhance your ability as an artist to get better and to move forward. Again, this is the Music Biz Guy. Ricky, my sidekick, and I would like to thank you. Cecil B. Domestic, again, thanks for a fine, helpful production. And I'll see you next time. Take care.